I am homeless, living here in my car, even though I work.
I woke up at 1:30 a.m. last night living in my car in 17-degree weather, and I was convinced I was dying of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Since I've been living in my car, it's been one of the most degrading, humiliating, and embarrassing things I've ever had to do.
Left a really toxic relationship. Can't afford rent by myself yet. So I'm just living in my car in the meantime until I can do that on my own.
I am surprisingly doing so good.
There was a time when living in your car meant something had gone terribly wrong. It was a temporary crisis, an emergency, a last resort. Now, for millions of people, it's becoming normal. Not talked about loudly, not announced publicly, just quietly accepted. People sleep in parking lots. They wake up before sunrise. They keep their clothes folded in the trunk. They go to work like everything is fine. Some can't afford rent anymore. Some never could. Some don't have parents to move back in with. Some do, but those homes are already full, unstable, or gone. And many people in this situation didn't make one bad decision. They just ran out of options.
I am homeless, living here in my car, even though I work full-time, often 50 to 60 hours every week. I don't make enough money to afford an apartment, which is now $1,800, often higher for a one-bedroom apartment. So I live in my car. And over the past 6 weeks, I have lost 11 pounds by prioritizing healthy eating, and I stopped drinking soda 6 weeks ago as well. But lately I've been getting a lot of hate in the comments about eating healthy. Haters have been saying that I should not be spending my money on food, healthy food, and I should eat McDonald's and other things that are cheaper. But I see my health as an investment, and eating salads like this, I really enjoy them, and they're really not that expensive, and my health is my priority right now. I'm feeling so much better, and these salads are delicious. And I make my own money. I do food deliveries like you see here. I also do grocery deliveries. I walk dogs. I pick up gig work. But the haters are just going to hate. But I am devoted to my health. I go to the gym almost every day, and that's where I get my showers. Thank you for watching.
I woke up at 1:30 a.m. last night living in my car in 17-degree weather, and I was convinced I was dying of carbon monoxide poisoning. This is the temperature this morning. I slept with the car on. I am in a Prius, so it's a hybrid. It turns on, it turns off. I hear tons of people who nomad in Priuses do this all the time. I've never done it because I've always been scared of carbon monoxide, even though I'm parked outside, I crack the windows. But to me, I'm like, what if I am the select individual who's something's wrong with my car and carbon monoxide gets in the car and I have a carbon monoxide reader, which I didn't think had a battery. And then I just discovered it does have a battery. So I could have had it last night. Last night I had sleep paralysis, and what felt like hours of me trying to wake myself up, I couldn't. And then when I finally woke up, I climbed over this part to reach the window to roll the window down more and this window down more. And it was like I could not keep my eyes awake. And I woke up with my torso across this part, halfway in the front seat, laying on my arm, asleep like this. I think it's because I'm about to start my period and I'm a deep sleeper. I don't really know. I woke up probably about 5 different times last night, and I did end up just turning my car off.
Since I've been living in my car, it's been one of the most degrading, humiliating, and embarrassing things I've ever had to do. Because for those that know me, know that I've always handled my business. I've always taken care of my daughter and busted my butt to make sure I would never, ever, ever be in this position. But the reason why I say it's disgusting is because, number one, I have a bathroom trash can in the backseat with tissue and wipes, stuff like that I have to pee in. You know how disgusting I feel? Do you know how disgusting I feel having to sneak, look to this right, look this way, make sure can't nobody see me? And I can only do it at nighttime. I don't do it in the daytime because you can see in my car. So in the daytime, I have to go to gas stations. Anyways, also, climbing over this seat, diabolical. Also, it's cold as hell right now. And I can't just have my car running because gas. Also, I also need an oil change right now because I have had to have my car running like I have. So, also, for me, my pride, my ego, that don't exist. I have to ask, not ask, but it's people offering me showers and stuff, not because I, need one, but it's just like, they offer it, like, you can always come take a shower here. Do you know how, this is also humbling, My wife don't understand what she did while she was trying to just focus on destroying me and lying and covering up her lies. She don't know what she did, but I'm gonna tell y'all what she did.
Living in a car in the DFW area. I have everything that's necessary. My pillow, a blanket, my antidepressants, my backpack so I can use at the gym, shampoo and conditioner to use at the gym. I do shower at the gym. I also have my skincare stuff that I also do at the gym. I have a notebook of my journals. Every time I go to mass, I write what was said during that mass. Long story short, left a really toxic relationship. Can't afford rent by myself yet. So I'm just living in my car in the meantime until I can do that on my own. All I want is prayers for strength. I need strength mentally, physically, and spiritually. So I would greatly appreciate those prayers. May you have a blessed day, and I greatly appreciate y'all.
Rent didn't just rise, it ran away. What used to take one paycheck now takes two. What used to be temporary became permanent. For many people, there was no dramatic eviction, no big moment, just a lease renewal they couldn't sign, a rent increase they couldn't absorb, a paycheck that didn't stretch far enough anymore. So they downsized, then downsized again, then ran out of space to shrink. Living in a car wasn't the plan. It was the only remaining move. And the hardest part is this. Most of these people are still working. They're not disconnected from society. They haven't disappeared. They clock in, they contribute, they smile at customers, then they go back to a vehicle that's quietly become their home.
Low-key don't know what I'm doing today, but I'm off for 3 days and I need to clean out my car. Between you and me, it's kind of hot in here. It's 66 degrees outside, but I parked in the sun. I'm in Dallas right now. Getting a little toasty in here. We are gonna organize because I'm supposed to get my passenger seat that I removed here to go back there. Let's go find some shade first, though. All right, I found a spot with some shade. Let's clean up. Need to put my chair right here. Yeah. I guess I could start by filtering out the things I need and don't need in my bags. Starting with my main one. So I just finished the back. Got everything settled. Return that backpacking thing. I'm right at Walmart, so I'm gonna return it. I'm gonna take one of these. This is my favorite vitamin water. Couple of phone calls to do, but I got pomegranate. That was an extra $5. You usually don't get stuff like that because of how expensive fruit can be. If I didn't get the pomegranate, my total would have been around $3. That includes the vitamin water, spicy chicken, and mashed potatoes and gravy. Got some KFC. Anyways, now I'm in Austin, parked up in a Walmart about 12 minutes away from the Moody Center. So I have a concert tomorrow to go to. I'm excited. It's gonna be my first concert. You wanna see how much of a difference privacy screens make your car? I have the darkest tints I can have legally in Texas, so let me show you. This is without tints. You see right through it. Kind of in the back, not really. And this is with the window covers. Can't see through. And this is my back seat. You can kind of see in the front. Yeah, you could even see the front, just so visible. And this is the front. And the back, it's the only thing that's not covered, but you could barely see anything back there. The only thing you see is my flashing light. Basically it. I'm heading to bed. I'm not really tired. It's kind of hot, so I think I'm gonna bring my fan in here. Good night.
For a long time, the safety net was family. If things get bad, I'll move back in with my parents. But for many people, that net doesn't exist anymore. Parents are struggling too. Homes are smaller. Rents are higher. Relationships are strained. Some families were never safe to return to in the first place. Others moved away chasing work and opportunity, only to find that returning isn't financially or emotionally possible. So, the car becomes the middle ground, not homeless, but not housed, not stable, but still functioning. And because it's happening quietly, because people are surviving instead of collapsing, society has started to treat it like a lifestyle choice. But it's not a choice. It's a compromise made under pressure.
So it's been 7 days since I've been living in my car. I fled an abusive relationship that I'm not going back to. And I'm in a city where I have no family, and I refuse to go back home and live with either my mom or my dad or my grandparents. I'm gonna make this shit work, Patch. We gonna get through this shit together. But I am surprisingly doing so good. Like, I'm pretty sure it's because I have God on my side, and I know that God is leading me. Like, I'm literally following this divine light. I'm not doing anything on my own because God is good and I listen to him. But anyway, I feel so peaceful, right? And so free. And I know most of it is because I'm no longer stuck with that man. And I wasn't even stuck with him. I think I was just doing it out of necessity. I was just staying with him out of necessity. But this ain't about that. This is about living in my car. So I've learned so many different things living in my car. And like just different tips and tricks and hacks. And I know this isn't like that video. I don't want people to refer to this video as like a tip. Like tips on what to do when you live in your car. But I got a few. All right, so I got these window covers from Amazon. And they like completely black out from the outside. Super dope. And it keeps it cool in here. I got a generator it has outlets and lights and shit. And I bought my fan to keep me cool so I can plug it into my generator. I charge it. I normally charge it like I'll go to like if I go research at the library, because like I go to the library a lot, or if I go to like a cafe, because I teach Black history on my other page, so like I'll go and like study in places or whatever. And this is even before I was homeless. Essentially, I would go to like cafes, but now when I go, I bring my generator with me and I just charge it there. I'll be there for like maybe 2-3 hours or whatever. So I got my generator. You want a generator, bitch. Okay. And then normally, because like you have to sleep in places like I don't know, fucking Harbor Freight or Home Depot or Flying J, you have to sleep in places where it's like lights outside. So this is gonna be bright back here, so you want to get something to cover this too. I got a blanket to cover this. A gym membership. Get a gym membership for many reasons. Get a gym membership. Not just to stay in shape, but to shower, brush your teeth, have somewhere to use the bathroom. I found a foster for my dog, so she's gonna be going to her foster tomorrow, which is gonna suck for me because I'm gonna miss my baby. But that's something that I did. Gas stations. I'm not gonna lie, being homeless is showing me a lot about being resourceful. Like, gas stations have free microwaves. So if you ever want to get anything, like buy anything to like eat, I have a cooler here. That's another thing I have. I have a cooler. It's an Igloo cooler. So I just get ice. I got a bunch of stuff in there. I got like a bag of spinach, some celery, carrots, sandwich making stuff, little packs of chia seeds. I got a bunch of different stuff in here, and like you can store it in there. Also, I got burritos. So that's what I was talking about, the microwave. You can heat the burritos up either at gas stations or hotels, like during breakfast and stuff. They have like microwaves and stuff. What else? Honestly, that's it. I gotta get my day started though. My day always starts the same. I take a shower, morning praise, and then I eat breakfast. Normally also while I eat breakfast, because I'll try and find like a nice park to just sit at or whatever and eat breakfast. So I can play with my dog, and that'll be a time that she can get her playing. And today gotta be like the last day, so we gonna have an extra long play date. That's my baby right there. And this video isn't a cry for help. Like, I'm not there. I'm doing good. I think I just wanted to document this. I think maybe maybe I'll do like sporadic updates. I think I'll only be in my car for maybe like a month, because I need at least like 2 more paychecks before I can feel secure enough to get an apartment. But I'll keep y'all posted. Why not? Fuck it.
This is how a crisis becomes invisible. Not because it's small, but because people adapt to it. They normalize things they were never meant to accept: sleeping upright, using public bathrooms, planning life around parking rules and weather, living in constant low-level stress. And the longer this goes on, the more dangerous it becomes. Because when people can work full-time and still not afford a place to live, something fundamental is broken. This isn't about irresponsibility. It's about a system where housing stopped being shelter and became a financial instrument, where stability is treated like a luxury, and survival is framed as resilience. People living in cars aren't failing. They're absorbing failure for everyone else. They're the proof that effort alone is no longer enough, that following the rules doesn't guarantee safety, that doing everything right doesn't protect you anymore. And maybe the most unsettling part is how close this reality is to everyone else. One rent increase, one breakup, one medical bill, one job loss. That's all it takes. So when you see someone living in their car, don't assume they gave up. Many of them are still trying, every single day. What's becoming normal isn't homelessness, it's precarity. And a society where this feels acceptable is a society quietly lowering its expectations of what people deserve. Not comfort, not luxury, just a door that locks, a place to sleep, a sense of safety. If that's too much to ask now, then the question isn't why so many people live in cars. The question is how long we'll pretend this is normal.